Day 72. Israel is mourning the deaths of 3 hostages in Gaza who were shot dead by Israeli troops in Gaza City's Shajaiya neighborhood on Friday morning. They were shirtless, and one of them was carrying a stick with a makeshift white flag. IDF spokesman Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari announced on Friday evening that troops mistakenly identified the 3 as a threat and opened fire at them, killing them. Hagari said the military believes that the 3 fled or were abandoned by the terrorists who held them captive as IDF forces closed in. A soldier who believed the men moving towards him was an attempt by Hamas to lure IDF soldiers into a trap immediately opened fire and shouted terrorists to the other forces. That soldier killed 2 of the men, while the 3rd man, who was hit and wounded, fled back into the building from which he came. At that stage, the commander of the battalion called on the forces to stop shooting. Troops in the area heard someone, apparently the 3rd hostage, shouting Hatzilu, help, in Hebrew. Moments later, the 3rd man came out of the building to which he had fled, and a different soldier opened fire at him, killing him. Both soldiers fired against protocol. The 3 bodies were taken to Israel for identification. The hostages killed were Yotam Chaim, 28, a drummer for the heavy metal band Persephone. He was last seen in a video which he took on the morning of October 7th, showing himself at the front door of his home in Kfar Aza before he was abducted to Gaza. Samar Fuad Talalka, 22, who was working in the kibbutz near Hatchery, where he often did the weekend shifts when Hamas terrorists stormed that kibbutz. Alon Shamriz, 26, a computer engineering student who was abducted from his kibbutz Aza home. Hagari said the IDF bears full responsibility for the tragic incident, a sentiment confirmed by Chief of Staff Herzi Halevi last night. Prime Minister Netanyahu, who has been widely criticised for not making the announcement in person, later said, "Together with the entire people of Israel, I bow my head in deep sorrow and mourn the fall of 3 of our dear sons who were taken hostage. This is an unbearable tragedy. The entire state of Israel mourns this evening. My heart goes out to the grieving families in their difficult times." Ata Abu Madikhem, the mayor of the Bedouin town of Rahat, where Talalka was a resident, said, "Such bitter news. Bedouins and Jews were taken hostage together, managed to flee together in an effort to continue their lives, and ended their lives together in this very tragic event." 132 hostages remain in Gaza, not all of them alive. The IDF has confirmed the deaths of 20, citing new intelligence and findings obtained by troops operating in Gaza. On Friday, they announced that troops had recovered the bodies of 3 of the hostages, Corporal Nick Bizer, 19, Sergeant Ron Sherman, 19, and Eliyahu Toliadano, a 28-year-old French-Israeli citizen. Last night, it was announced that art student Inbar Heyman, 27, has been murdered by her Hamas captives. This is Peter Jones-Pellach reporting for NCJWA Australia.